Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a piece of gear that really changes the game for live broadcasting. It's the Datavideo KMU-300 4K multi-camera processing switcher.
Exactly. Our mission today is to, really get into the weeds on how this thing actually works, how it takes a whole multi-cam setup and basically crams it into one portable box.
Right.
And we should probably get this out of the way right now, the price.
Yeah, let's do it. What are we looking at for something like this?
Okay, so today's price is $3,958.90.
Okay, so not a small investment. That definitely frames the conversation. So let's get into what you get for that. I mean, they call it a switcher, but it's really so much more, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a full-on portable control center for live production.
It handles the media, the audio mixing, recording, streaming, everything.
And what's really interesting is how it's all built around the operator. You've got this big 14-inch capacitive touchscreen.
So that's your main interface.
Yeah.
Not a million tiny buttons and faders.
That's it. That's where you're cutting your shots. But for the pros, you do still get proper analog audio inputs and outputs.
Okay, that's good.
And it's recording the whole time right to a standard SD card.
The entire workflow in one briefcase-sized package. Okay, that all makes sense? Portability control, I get it.
Yeah.
But this is where it gets interesting. They call it a multi-camera switcher.
Right.
But the source material says it only has one video input, a single UHD 4K HDMI input. How does that even work? How is one camera suddenly multiple cameras?
That is the secret sauce. That's the operational breakthrough. You're feeding it one massive high-resolution 4K video signal, and then on that touchscreen, you can literally just select different regions of interest.
So you're just cropping into the 4K image.
Exactly. You're pulling out, say, 3 or even 4 different HD-size shots from that single 4K frame. And each of those crops becomes its own virtual camera you can switch between.
Okay, wait. I have to be the skeptic for a second. If you're constantly punching in, digitally zooming on one image, doesn't the quality just fall apart?
That's a great question, and it's the most common one. The key is that you're outputting in HD. A 4K image is literally 4 times the resolution of an HD image.
Ah, so you have a ton of extra pixels to play with.
A ton. So you're not really doing a low-quality digital zoom. You're just selecting a high-quality native resolution HD crop from a much larger canvas. The clarity holds up incredibly well.
And that must save an immense amount of time on setup, not to mention staffing.
It simplifies the entire production footprint,
which lets operators focus on the output. And this is where it gets interesting again, not just what it takes in, but what it sends out. I can stream in traditional landscape mode or
portrait mode
Well,
for
hang on.
vertical video, yeah, for social media.
which is so critical now.
It is. And it handles that output with some real professional resilience. It can send out dual H.264 streams.
Meaning you can go live to 2 places at once,
Right.
like YouTube and Facebook Live.
Exactly that. And it uses the SRT protocol.
And for anyone who doesn't know, SRT is important because
If you're portable, you might be on unpredictable Wi-Fi. SRT helps keep that stream stable and high quality, even when your connection is, messy. It's a lifesaver.
makes sense. I also noticed in the sources that this switcher has a specific regulatory note, something about compliance.
It does. It's TAA compliant, which stands for the Trade Agreements Act. All that really means for the user is that it's suitable for certain government and public sector contracts. It just signals that it's a system built for rigorous professional channels.
So to pull this all together, what you have is this super portable unit. It combines your recording, mixing, switching, and this virtual multicam system into one device. It really feels like the ultimate tool for a single-operator live production.
It truly changes the whole calculus of how you approach a live event, and that brings me to the final thought I want to leave you with. Think about a related product, like the Datavideo PTZ 280 NDI. It's a dedicated 4K PTZ camera, and it costs about $1,800.
A great traditional physical camera solution.
A great camera. But the question a device like the KMU-300 forces you to ask is this: how does your whole plan for setup and staffing change when you can use processing power to replace 2 or 3 of those physical cameras? It's this fascinating question of physical gear versus, integrated processing.
Something to definitely mull over as you plan your next production.
Oh,